Hey folks, welcome back to Shadow Empire. This is round 112. Yeah, there we go. And we're episode 58. Let's have a look what happened in the last episode. Well, between the episodes I should say. So let's have a look at the history. I'll stop it if there's anything particularly notable. You'll see that they're actually... Gigoix are actually... pulling back. Look, they're conceding territory. I think they're just trying to well, partly surround the units that I've brought down here, and just protect what they've got. I think that they've realised that they are going to get flanked, and we were attacked on this flank here. Looked like we lost some men there. Let's just stop that and let's go back and just see exactly what happened. Okay, so yeah, we lost 400 reptiloid soldiers. Unsurprising. Those guys really aren't very useful in an actual battle. Okay, let's carry on. Again, we were attacked here, and we lost 100 zero guns and 10 bolter buses, but our opponents lost a lot of men there. So that was a successful defense. Again, we were attacked this time here. They're actually trying to cut us off. Now we lost 400 men here. This was they're mostly bikers we lost, and we lost some zero guns. So that was, we actually stood firm though. We stood firm here as well. So they didn't really manage to. I mean, they managed to kill some of our troops, which is always bad. However, we stood firm, basically, and that's good. The siege of Gigoix will continue. Yeah, these aliens are doing exactly what I wanted them to. They're kind of dropping back so that I can jump in and just cut them off quick. Let's try that now. Just do that really fast before I do anything else. Let's get some buggies in there. Okay. I don't think we even need... Well, we can't starve them out, so we might as well just attack them with what we've got. This might be a little bit overkill. Oh, we did lose some men.
Mission accomplished.
Again, our Sardaukar training program is fruitful. We will be losing troops, but we are getting experience, and that's what we want. These guys want to be experienced. There are wars coming up. Okay, let's have a look at the vidcom. We discovered fuel deposits in Erg Flats. Last turn of the Decade of Corruption. We failed. This is unfortunate. We actually failed a promise. So we were going to put our BP production up, and we failed. That was a lot of points we had to go up, by the way. We've created some Harleys 3 with laser guns. We've completed industrial robotization. I believe now. I think this automatically upgrades all our factories, but I'm not certain. I need to double check that. We've discovered a new tech, laser guns, which is basically putting a laser on a tank. We've discovered payload optimization, which is an aircraft technology. And I didn't do this on camera, but I basically went through and deleted a whole bunch of these cards, like loads of them. I scrapped a bunch of cards, like 100 or more. Maybe not that many, maybe 100. I just got rid of loads because I just had way too many cards, and I thought that it might be good. I think partly this is what's slowing everything down. Well, maybe not. I think the game is just really... It does just slow down when you've got a map this big, unfortunately, with this many regimes on. It's okay if I'm kind of scrolling around on it like at this kind of speed, but you'll notice at the higher zoom levels the game really crawls. So I'm sort of I'm learning how to kind of navigate this without the game crawling, because it started to become a bit of a problem. Okay, militia learns from experience. We have an opportunity to place some very experienced mercenaries in our militia. Yeah, let's do that. We can incentivize more mercenaries to join. The experience of the militia units went up by 12. That's good. Now this Nick Ashdown, this is the second turn in a row he's caused a problem. So I'm gonna actually talk to him because we need to get him sorted. Nick Ashdown. Let's have a look at him. He's a competent commander. He's actually a really competent commander. I'd like to put him as the member, as the leader of the 6th, maybe, because the 6th Corps is currently under the command of a Cap 1 guy who's no way as good as this, and I think it would be smart to actually switch them over. But let's get him sorted first. Let's think about what we can do to help him. We could start off with a bonus.
Roger that.
Well, that was really cheap. We got a critical success and that increased him by 15 points. I think I'd actually like to swap Nick Ashdown over. Let's just ignore this problem for the time being. I'd like to swap him over with a guy in the one of the Cap 1 heroes from my original lineup of losers. So yeah, Zero Sanders, 0 by name, 0 by nature. Look at this. He's just not good. He's okay. He's doing okay, right? He's doing okay. He doesn't need to be moved immediately. But I think after this war, I'll switch him round because I mean, one good way of doing that might be just to get him in, like just get him into combat and get him killed off. Okay, policy speech. Let's have a look at where we're at. Still very, very high democracy, very low autocracy. We are not very high. Yeah, so really we're quite low in everything. We've been focusing just on one path in each of the different sections, and that's probably not the best thing to be doing at this point in the game. There are certain things that I would quite like. So, for example, meritocracy I really would like to get up here. Autocracy is also useful when we're being quite aggressive as we are now. Political bonus would be good though. Art and enforcement. Right, so it's asking us to reach to increase our admin level, or we can increase the number of victory points. But victory points is going to be, where are we at now? It wants to go from 26.2 to 29.6 by round 125. I mean, that's feasible if we can take Gigoix, Percy, and Maltree, and get the territory that those are covering. Although then I don't. There's a lot of territory now. So, and I'm not so bothered about heart at the moment. Industry assets reach 39 levels. At the moment they are 36. That's possible. That's probably easier for us to do. Admin level is going to be, yeah, let's go for that. That'll raise meritocracy. Economic Council priorities. There is stuff to discover. Nuclear plant, high-speed rail. That's about it, though. What are we currently working on? We are currently working on volcanic energy tapping, maybe? No. Let me just... I'll have a look what they're actually working on at the moment. Alright, let's just go into the overview. Economic Council. Oh, we've got no research target. Right, so we've just discovered something. I forgot what we discovered, actually. Let me just remind myself what we got. Industrial robotization. That was the one. Let's have a look at that one. Allows you to build robotized industry assets. Ah, okay, so we have to build this. This is not something that automatically upgrades. I was mistaken there. So let's just have a look. Let's just randomly pick Minos for a moment and just see what would happen if we built one of these. High-tech industry. No, that's not it. Industry 1. Okay. So heavy industry, synthetic fuel, high-tech industry. Ah, maybe it is just increasing the output on the ones we've got. Let me just double check this. This is going to be producing 50 industrial points. Is that what they were producing before? I've honestly forgotten. That's weird. I don't know about that one. It might be that you need the industry already in place. Let's just find somewhere where it's already got an industry asset. We've got industry 1 here, so... No, again, this just seems to be... Unless I'm missing this, it's somewhere else. And I'm being really dumb. I don't actually remember getting this tech before, to be honest. Like, with it, even... I've usually won the game by now. I don't often go down this way. I've had walkers before. I've never bothered building extreme vehicles. Like I've usually by this point in the game, I've just kind of rolled over the map with tanks, with basic tanks. This is the first time really that I had such a significant enemy presence. I mean, it's because of the game settings that I've got. I'll think about that later. I need to figure out exactly how that's working. I think probably what it's doing, I think it must be just increasing the base rate of our industry. I think it must be doubling our industry. It's not telling me anything in here. Yeah, maybe someone who knows who's actually knows the game a bit better than me can explain what that one does. I can't see anything that I can build. I think that it's likely to be it must be adding a modifier. I mean, one way we can tell is if we've had a massive jump in industrial output. I mean, that looks quite big actually. What about in Skull Tower? It might be that some of the buildings that I've got. No, again, look. Yeah, I think this must literally just be. It's just increasing it must just be increasing this and lowering the amount of workers, maybe. But I can't see that. Maybe it is just it's automatically including this in this calculation. Okay, I'm not going to dwell on that too long. So I'll figure that out. I'll jump on the Matrix forum and find out what's going on in a bit. I can't be bothered to do it now. Economic Council tax priorities then. Let's just put the discovery up just a touch. The rest can stay the same. What are we going to build next? What are we going to research next? There doesn't seem to be anything immediately that's jumping to mind there, or jumping in front of me there. I'd like to get this nuclear tech stuff. And that would break us into atomics. And we've already got atomic. Well, we've already potentially got atomic missiles once we've researched missiles. That's going to be great fun as well. Guided RPG will get us heavy guided RPG. Oh, we're talking about mining robotization. Allows you to robotize mining assets. Yeah, this says, look, it says it allows you to build robotized industry assets. Well, it doesn't say anything about adding to the existing industry that you've got. Well, one of the ways I can check this is just by going into one of my old game saves and seeing how much things are producing there. I actually forget what the industry is supposed to give you initially. Let's just finish volcanic energy tapping. We'll get that out next turn, hopefully. We've got another model coming out. So we built a rocket launcher last turn, which is a rocket organ. Let's just see what this thing's looking like. Decent armor, weapons alright, engine's not so hot. Yeah, this has got 4-range hex, I think, this one. Just double check that. Yeah, launcher optimization range isn't added. I think armor piercing, look, that's interesting. Recon bonus, advanced sensors. Okay, so rocket organs, these are going to be quite useful. I kind of think, I was thinking about this the other day while I wasn't playing. That I'd actually I need to use more artillery in this game, I think. Okay, so now we've got a rocket launcher. Have we got a quad machine gun? I don't think we have. Let's get one of those up. Oh wow, we can go for quad machine guns with normal machine guns basically, or we can go for Gauss, or we can go for laser. These aren't going to be deployed very often, so let's go for a laser one.
Understood.
Food Fest and Gannet. Yeah, let's just crush these guys. Oh, hang on, Gannet. I remember that's a small place. I might not have many troops there. Just remind myself where it is. It's over here, isn't it? There we go. There's Gannet. So I think we probably want some more troops on that. Let's strat move some of these guys down. Wow, we've got loads of industrial points. I have loads of logistical points to be able to do this. There's tons and tons of troops. Okay, let's use them all up. Let's get these guys down here at least, and then we can...
Understood.
Okay, 20,000 soldiers confronting 900 thieves. No problems. Raised our autocracy as well. Worker strike in Ench. Let's just give in to the demands there. Zone city upgrade. This is Minos. Now, Minos is here. Just remind myself, we've got an extreme civilization. Did we build the barracks yet? No. We're currently building a hospital. Okay, so I think here... let's see what decisions we've got to make first, and then I'll come back to that. Our zone decisions, because it's so expensive to upgrade the cities, and because you have to think about whether it's going to reduce your overall quality of life. It takes a bit of thought. Montefel turns its parliament against us. Which one's Montefel again? I think these are the guys who tried this the previous turn. Let me remind myself which one. I think Montefel are these ones on the board. Oh, there we are. They're between us and... Oh, sorry, they're between Rushoye Pax and Gigoix Pax. Now, currently they're friends. They're saying that they're friends. Again, they're a Republican regime. Their leading faction is corporatists. That's why they're wanting to go to war, because they need to grow. That's what's going on here. Let me think about this. I'm just going to drink my tea. I mean, this is, like, strategically speaking, this isn't a great place for us to be making war on. Look, we've only got a very narrow frontage with them. Very, very narrow. I mean, what are we going to do? Are we going to pour troops in here and try... it's just not... It's not going to work, is it? If we were going to, like... if we were going to start a war of aggression after this war is done, there are two kind of camps of thought here in Ben's head. One faction is saying, eat up the small guys. So, you know, maybe Tarador, Vertillo, Caranon Pax, Taurus, you know, these small guys, and win the game. Right, that's one way of doing it, because I'm pretty sure that if I swallow these small ones one at a time, if I can manage that, then I win the game pretty much. I'm pretty sure I have enough of the map and victory points that I will probably, mind you, saying that, you also there's a condition in the victory conditions that basically says you have to be, okay, so you need to have a victory score higher than 50, while your closest competitor has to have 25 less. Now, Caranon Pax, Gigoix Pax are both on 11. So a good way of... basically, I mean, the quickest way, I guess, to win, assuming that they're not technologically and militarily advanced to me, would be to pick one of these guys, or two of them, and fight them. I mean, we could do a Nazi Germany thing and just sort of go, okay, we declare war on the whole world, and we're going to go attack these, and we're going to attack you, you know, and that would be really fun, by the way. I don't know if I could manage it logistically, not at the moment. I mean, that would require some real planning, but I mean, we could have like a western front, a southern front, and an eastern front, and then just go in every direction. I mean, that could be fun, right? I mean, just theory crafting on this one a minute. How could we go about this? We could say, let's have an eastern front or a western front. So we could say, okay, these guys are actually our allies, right? Let's just stick these diplomatic colours on for a moment. These guys are kind of friendly with us. But let's say that we just wanted to, like, okay, we're not bothered about allies anymore. We're just going to go and just attack absolutely everybody. Here's how we could do it. We could send one group, we could have one group here, one front here, and we could take those. Like that. Something like that, okay? So we could form a line here. We could have another front on the other side. Let's just roll this map a little bit. Oops, it's not going to do that with my tool on. So let's just... Here we go. Game is very, very slow. So let's just get this tool up. And so we could have another lot. We could have this front that we've got here going that way. And we could kind of move them like that, right? And this way. That would be possible. I think I could probably get enough troops and tanks that we could go this way. The problem is that this territory here, I forget what they're called now, Gigoix Pax. Gigoix Pax is a desert, basically. This is a desert, so we're going to need lots of like stuff that can fight in deserts. So, I mean, walkers are going to be helpful there, I think. They're going to have loads of anti-tank stuff, probably. They've got tons of troops. I've noticed that they're fielding large armies, and I mean literally armies, which is the highest military formation size in this game. They are fielding armies right now. But that would be one way of doing it. I mean, then I suppose we could try and attack into one of these as well. You know what? I'm talking myself into this. It's a really stupid idea. But damn, it might just work. I mean, if I could get enough troops, basically, just to attack all of them. Now, it would either be a glorious victory, or it would be a crushing defeat because I'd just get attacked on every level. But like, look, we could have a front here, going that way, and I could go down that way like that. That's one way of going about it. So we'd basically have three fronts. We wouldn't want to be fighting everybody though, because I mean, I think that, you know, and all of this depends on when it is that I'm considering doing it, right? I mean, all the while that we're teching up, the enemies are teching up as well. And they're all teching up at a reasonably similar rate, I think. Like if you just have a look at, let's just go back to the regimes overview. You'll see that their tech level, I mean, let's just have a look at our overview here, Empire dashboard. So we're at tech 7.51, admin nearly 11, civilization sort of nearly 8, right? So that's what, kind of 7.5, 11, 8. These guys are ahead of us in tech. These guys are below us. Tarador, yeah, they're obviously below us. We haven't got any eyes on Gigoix, but that's fine because we're about to defeat them, I think. Montefello are lower than us. Gigoix Pax are lower than us as well, interestingly. Vertillo are lower than us, generally. Gigoix Pax are technologically more advanced than us. And carrying on, we haven't got anyone in. So, yeah, I mean, this could be an interesting way of ending the game, right? Because I could be like, okay, I'm going to see if I can just take the whole world at once. I don't know. Like, I think it would be a shame for me to lose the game at this point after I've spent so much time playing it. At the same time, it might be more fun than just than sort of using this diplomatic advantage I've got, taking advantage of these relatively friendly neighbours that I've got, and just going, right, well, I'm just going to swallow them up one by one. Now, honestly, I've not played on maps this big with this many AI regimes before, and on this difficulty, to know whether the AI will realise that I'm running away with the game and then all attack me. Don't think it does that. I've not heard people saying that that's what it does, which is what it should do, really. Well, I don't know. Everybody's different in this. Like, I like difficult games, and if I get crushed by a game, providing that it felt fair in some way, you know, as long as I didn't feel like it just completely kicked me in the balls by using, you know, totally cheating methods, I'm generally quite happy to be beaten because it means that I need to get better at the game, right? Some people aren't like that, and they like to be able to kind of steadily win and not have the, you know, the difficulty suddenly ramp up, and that's fair as well. Okay, anyway, sorry, I've been talking for a long time, just sort of theorising on what I want to do with the game, but we should carry on. So, let's just send our people to promote us. They're going to keep doing that, I think. We've got a resettlement proposal. An envoy from Gigoix Republic has proposed to accept a small group of people with bizarre facial tattoos. Yeah, right. One thing that we did kind of gloss over, by the way, is that we've had a change of regime. And at the moment, the Trader Society are in control, which suits me because they like minded democracy, which is kind of the ways that I'm going. Wow, look, we've got 8 political factions now. The Trader Society have got an average power base. They actually look stronger than their Justice Knights, who are their closest people. Mind you, the Democratic Party also did quite well. But yeah, basically what I'm getting at is this. We want to kind of keep these people fairly sweet. The Justice Knights are yellow. Which ones are the blue ones then? Oh, the blue ones are the Reformist Union. They're government and autocracy. They're getting relatively powerful as well, look. They're the people who are kind of not happy about this decision. Because they like government, right? I think we should raise meritocracy.
Yes, sir.
Air Force Research Council person really lost a lot there. Dolores Anderson. Let's go and deal with that. So, cabinet overview. Right, she's low now. She's not good either. Not good. I think I might deal with that. This is the thing. There's so much to do in Shadow Empire, and I don't always want to just spend every turn going through all my leaders, rearranging them. But one of the things is, if you don't keep on top of bad leaders, they can really cause you long-term problems without you really realizing. I think I would like to get somebody in there. If we can get a scientist in. That's a civilian though. Failing that, we could actually just look at the existing leaders we've got and to see if we've got anybody who's going to be good at with the technical skills. Let's just have a look. Science, it's going to be inventor and technician, I think. Although actually technician might not be necessary here. I think it's science and inventor we want. Technician I think is more for model design if I remember right. But let's have a look at, let's just go for science. So we've got an advisor that's quite high in science, and Bruce Coleman. He's attached to Micah Strutter, and Micah Strutter is military research. Okay. So he's actually just been building up this skill. Let's get him in the... let's detach you quickly. Let's get... I'm going to give him a better role. I think it's a better job if you upgrade them to the council, I think. Although the advisor might be a better job.
Copy that.
Let's just give him, we'll say we'll give him a better job.
Copy that.
Okay. And then we're going to remove the Air Force Council. So... Governor? No, not governor, sorry, director. Where are we? Dolores Anderson, you need a... It's going to relieve her.
Roger that.
Okay, so we can make her we can actually make her an advisor, because she might be an okay science advisor. I mean, I don't know. We'll figure something out, but I need to get the Air Force, someone better in the Air Force Council, absolutely. Zone City upgrade. No, we can't do that now. Okay, so that's it. Okay, next turn we'll switch the Air Force Council leader over, and I'll get her out because she wasn't very useful. Okay, wartime. It's the best time. Let's get these guys down here. Hold on. Is that right? Yeah. Wait a minute. Only the OHQ? Okay, so they are just part of this group. I was just looking at them funny. Okay, so that's those moved. I've got some artillery to move down soon, which is going to be useful. We might actually end up needing that. I was hoping to be able to just roll over stuff without using that, but I think not now.
We're taking fire.
I thought that might happen.
Requesting backup.
Fortunately, it's just these Xenos. Let's get... We probably want these guys down here. Okay, and the 11th... Just for the moment, I'm just going to switch the... I'm going to get the smaller counters on. I don't like this usually because my eyes just aren't that great at picking out really small stuff, but actually it's not really a problem with my eyesight. I'll tell you what it is. I find the amount of information kind of overwhelming, but I think sometimes it can help. So once we've got so many of these units in place, I can actually just see where everybody is. So let's get the siege infantry down here. No, this is not helping me at all. I changed my mind. I'd rather just scroll through stuff. I really don't like that view. I know some people use it. I was actually kind of looking at... Somebody sent me a game file to diagnose an issue that they had with logistics or something, and I noticed they were using that, and I was like, ugh. I kind of want to use it, but I just find it a little bit too small. If the resolution scaling didn't slow the game down even more, then I would use that, but it's unusable. This game, well, it is my favourite game. I think that it's kind of gotten a little bit too big for its own boots at the moment with regards to its performance. I'm hoping that's something that Vic can kind of continue working on. I don't know whether it's possible at this point, but hopefully there are some more kind of performance increases coming, because my computer is monstrous and it's clearly not an issue with, you know, your computer strength. I think it's with the speed of reprocessor and that. I don't think that's the issue. I think it's something to do with the game engine. Okay, I'm just holding a line up here. If we can get some troops down to maybe try and cut some of these off. I mean, I'm not sure what whether I'm actually going to be able to get straight in here this turn. It might be a good idea just to try to take it. That I don't want to lose those. Send a bunch of tanks in to start off with. We've got amazing recon. Let's try this. It looks like they don't have a lot of troops there. Tanks aren't the best thing for this job, to be honest. Okay. First wave failed. Let's see what else we can send in. Now, we should have that should have reduced their... That should have reduced their entrenchment by a fair way. Yeah, these guys are on. These guys have got a posture that's helping them as well. They are a big unit and they're quite ready. However, let's have a look at that. That might be a good bet. Let's get these guys in. Why do it? Can these guys get closer? Yeah. I'm kind of hoping Zero Sanders kills himself. Sorry. Sorry, Zero Sanders, but you got to go, man. You suck. And I don't want to waste precious strategic points on firing you, so let's go back to this. Let's see what we can get. Let's get these. Let's get this core in, and this is really what these guys are for. Looking good. Okay, we lost the Sandline Rangers. That's a real shame. They were expensive in fate points, but okay. So we're taking Gigoix. So I think these guys desperately need. Why are they not getting supply? I wonder. They're not. It's energy they're not getting. We're starting to get plenty of energy. They should be getting energy. I don't know why they're not receiving that. I don't know if there's still like supply issues here. Okay, so where those troops that just did that? Let's have a look what we're doing. There they are. So the tanks and these guys. That looks good. Okay, so we've got these siege infantry now holding the line here. Let's just do some bombardment while we're at it. They're only a small amount of guns. Sometimes you can find that you can do a little bit of damage. Again, we can do the same job here. These heavy guns have a chance of knocking these tanks out. Not looking good there. Let's get the 11th moved up now. These guys are attached to... Oh, this is the 1st Armoured Brigade, so... Yeah, the 1st Armoured... Oh, they're looking a bit shabby. They're looking a bit shabby. They probably need some... They probably need replenishing. They can't get any closer. Yeah, that should be enough on this side. I don't want to get too many. I don't want to overstack too much. The 11th can probably get down here. Bit of an overstacking penalty there. I don't want to lose these tanks. I'm not keen to send them in. Let's just try these. Oh, they've got lasers. That's a problem. I didn't see those. Okay. Yeah, not the best terrain to attack into. They are in sand. So let's get these guys out here and see if we can get in with some... No, they're just not ready. We don't need to take that. I expect now that they're going to fall back. They might try to counterattack, which is possible. But I think... I've got to that point now. This is always the bit I get to in when I'm playing War in the East as well. Like, so you've got this at the start of... Let's say you're playing like Road to Leningrad. And you've got this kind of mad dash with your armoured forces into... you know, into your enemy's territory, and you've got to kind of, you know, it's usually very quick. You're playing it quite quick. Well, I play it quite quick, and then the Russians kind of like they start to, usually around about turn 7 or 8, they kind of form a line, and then they actually start fighting back. And this is kind of like the position we've got here, right? They spent a long time falling back because they didn't have the troops to fight us. Now the game really starts. You really have to start kind of being careful about who you're attacking with. You have to look at all your readiness, your supply. Just be really careful about the way you go. Like, look, this is like 1 to 90. These guys are so well dug in, and there's so many of them as well, and they're on no retreat. At the same time, they're probably not going to be able to attack us. I think that we are probably a little bit too strong for them to be able to easily dislodge us now. This is a nice little cut-off we've got here. Supply raiding. That's a lot of troops there, though. Got these blockers. These guys need to get some... I wonder why it is that they're not getting enough. I wonder if it's this pull system that's just not pulling down enough for us. Because we have got plenty of energy now. I don't understand why they're not getting any. They're very, very low. I think I'm just going to leave them there. I don't know what these... I think these guys run on energy for their... Oh, it's a nuclear engine. Very underpowered nuclear engine. Yeah. And just leave them, I think. I'll just leave them there as a backup force. Yeah, okay. This side's looking okay. I want to get quite close to Percy, look. So the first infantry are on all-out attack. That's why they've got heavy losses, I see. I'd forgotten I'd set them on that. I'm actually going to change that. I think I'm going to just... I might stick them on infiltration instead.
Aye, aye, sir.
So that we are ready to attack, but they've not got so much of a defense penalty. What's going on over this side? Alright, so we've got some more tanks coming in. Let's get these tanks in here. Yeah, they might be able to help next turn. Yeah, this offensive really has slowed. Just like I say, like it does in War in the East. You get to that point where, you know, the element of surprise is over, and at that point you've got a whole lot of Russians to deal with, and that's kind of what's going on here. I still think we've got the advantage, actually. Well, I know that I've got the advantage. I'm pretty sure that this isn't going to be too difficult for us to win. However, it's just we don't want to be losing a lot of troops. We don't have the same issues that you get in War of the East, where you've got to consider the amount of troops in the long, you know, that you're losing, you know, in the long term, because you can you really lose. It's a war of attrition, whereas this game, you can kind of make resources out of nowhere, right? It's a bit of a different beast in that respect. Okay, can we take these guys out yet? Looks like it.
Let's go.
Yeah, they're well starved out now, look.
Operation successful.
Men do not fight well when they're hungry. So, let's secure this. We need to get some troops around this way. I don't want to do it with these aliens, though. They're just not strong enough. In fact, I'm actually going to move these back, and let's get them consolidated into one another, if we can. Can we do it like that? Oh, you have to click the transfer button, of course. So you can't do that. Okay. That's okay. Alright. Oh, we got some of these cavalry type units too. Let's move them over. I say cavalry, they act more like walkers, I think. Or at least they're described as walkers by the AI. Alright, these guys aren't moving. They're doing their job, sitting there. Enjoying the sand. Probably just sunbathing or something. This armoured brigade, I might try and move them back. I don't know how, mind you, we have got quite a lot of flat land around here. They are going to be useful, I think. Maybe I'll just try to... What's our logistical supply like here? Not great. I wonder if it might be wise opening up some of these logistical lines now, just so that I can get more down. I mean, look, we got loads and loads of supply going down that way. We've got 2,000 there, look, and then it kind of drops down to 300. What's happening there, I wonder? Yeah, I mean, it might be we've just got too many different. You'd have thought that would be sent down that way. I'm not throttling it that way. We are throttling it down here. Oh, what's that? I sent an extra 50 pool points. Let's try and send more down this way. Let's see if we can get some more custom pool points down here. Like, let's try and get some down there, and then we'll try and get some this way. I don't know, maybe down here, something like that. I'm interested to see that should give us some extra supply, and it'll just make sure that there's more down these roads. I'll be interested to see how it kind of it manages those. I'm still playing with this pool system and trying to get my head around it. I think I like it. I think it's probably it does definitely make the game a lot easier. Oh, by the way, last turn I didn't show you, but I actually built some fighters. I'm probably going to end up upgrading these when the jet engines come out, but I just thought I'd actually build some just for funsies. Let's get these guys down here. But I reckon we can probably strap move these, and I want them down this direction so that we've got something to. Let's get them down to these big cities here. Not sure if that's the best place for them, actually, that particular hex, but it should be fine. Okay, so yeah, just kind of building up our forces, making sure that we've actually got response forces. We've got loads of men. Like, we've not got manpower issues at the moment. Gosh, this episode's getting a bit long. I think it's because I've been talking so much. So if we have a look at the average zone populace, let me just get rid of the numbers. You can see that we're mostly not going down. I mean, we are a little bit in certain areas, but that's because we are recruiting. But for the most part, our population levels are steady. Now, which one's this? I don't know is the answer to that. I can't tell. This graph's not good. Like, there's got to be a better way of doing these graphs. Because that's just not much use. I don't know if there's, maybe I'm missing something. There's some way of changing these, but I can't figure it out. Like, I think you should. I said this really early on when I think I did my original review, but why can't I click on these to get rid of certain, like, you know, so I could kind of click on a bunch of these and get them out of the picture so I can actually focus on the ones I want to look at. Like, that would be really useful. Vic, hint hint. Okay, that's probably about it, I think. We do need to get some more ammunition built, so let's just workshop some more ammo.
Yes, sir.
The first SHQ. Second SHQ is also going to be the same. I'm just going to build a decent amount of ammo here because we are going to be using it. We are low on machines and we are low on high-tech parts. I wonder if we can send some over from these. Machines.
Yes, sir.
Send them some machines. Let's send them some high-tech parts.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We've got loads more logistical points available. You can send in electricity for free as well. Just make sure we've got plenty of electricity in the second SHQ. Second SHQ is also short on something else. What was it? Food. I did actually buy a bunch of food. So food's okay for the time being, although we are going backwards. I think in security outposts here, I noticed that this place doesn't really have much in the way of assets. So let's get us a hydroponic food factory on the go. Do I want to be building something like that there? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. Does take a lot of electricity. But I'm kind of future-proofing my empire now because I kind of want to make sure that we're not going to be using too much manpower on stuff that doesn't really want to be building too much manpower. Sorry, that we don't want to be building stuff that's swallowing too much of our manpower, because once we get into a big war, we will be to fill losses and to create new brigades and, you know, other formations. You do need a lot of troops. Why have I come in here? Oh yeah, that was right. I wanted to look at construction. So that's the construction overview. I wanted to see what was actually created this turn. Get how you do that one. I think I'm okay for buildings for the time being. I might just leave it. I might just have a very, very quick look in here and just see if there's anything that's noticeably missing. Okay, so we could build something in Salzburg. Same in Skull Tower. Okay, so Skull Tower is here. So what do we want? Wow. Workers is an issue. Maybe high-tech industry 2 now. 8 rounds. Wow, it's. I don't think we've actually got enough. Oh, we're getting 3 per turn, so that will drop it down to 4. I forget which demand was it that I promised. I forget now. Admin level has got to go up. Okay, so that means I do need to build bureaucracy for that. So, I mean, we could just increase the size of our bureaucratic assets. Bureaucracy officers 3. That seems like a good use of our time and energy. Solar panels 2 just went up here. Oh, this is Baden. So let's get more bureaucracy officers here too. Try and get this this promise done. Because I actually lost 20 points. Like my word score was almost as good as you can get, and I actually dropped 20 points for failing that one. So the penalties are quite significant. Once you get to a certain point, they're building a vidcom station. Yeah, I think everywhere else is pretty much okay. Pretty much okay. They're building an agri-dome, but they don't have enough. Because can we colonize anyone? No. Yeah, we're not getting any colonists at Meta Mountain. That's not good. I want to sort that out quick. So,
Standing by.
why are you so low?
Order acknowledged.
We want to get maximum colonists up here. Maybe drop the recruits down.
Order acknowledged.
Because I don't want to be taking too many people from Meta Mountain. I want you to take colonists. I want you to give us more recruits.
Roger that.
Okay. This is unincorporated. Oh wow, they're quite low. Well, that's because there's not very many people here. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. I don't think there's really much more I can do. So, yeah. So I've had a bit of a think about kind of overall strategy, like how I want to approach finishing this game now. This war is going to go on for another 2 or 3 well, I mean, somewhere between maybe 5, 10 turns potentially, depending on how much resistance we get. I've got to really be careful. Let me just use the mini map. I've got to be really careful here, not to get involved in a really costly exchange of of troops. I need to be thinking smartly about how I'm kind of cutting them off. We did just take Gigoix though, and that is a real success. I'm pleased with that. That was necessary. Let's get those bikers in there. I think that let's get those there too. For the most part, I think we're mostly safe. I probably could do with getting down here just in case Gigoix Republic do try to make a move this way. I don't think they will. They haven't shown any sign of doing that. Okay, these might get surrounded now. Let's just make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they've got no energy. They're not even got enough energy to move. Now, I'm not moving these any further. I'm not quite sure where I want them. They probably want to go down here, don't they? So let's just get them. Oh, I can't group move them, so I'm just going to try and move as many of them down as I can. Yeah, it's those guys that can't move any further. Yeah, if we can get, once we've got these motorised mechanised infantry in, I think we might have a chance at surrounding them. Because mechanised infantry will fight well in desert as well, so So we can threaten Percy, and then we can threaten an encirclement this way. I expect that they'll fall back now. I think they'll fall back to Percy. We've essentially we've split their empire in two. They've got two different pockets. And Tarador is quite close. I forget if Gigoix are at war with Tarador. Yes. So yeah, I mean, they haven't seemed to make any move on them, but they might do. I want to take this zone if I can. The more zones, the better. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to end the episode there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.